Hey, yeah, I can hear me too, dude. Hey, I can look at myself in the mirror, man. This is gonna be a good day, man.
It has been already.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Harmon Warhol Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Harmon Warhol bringing you another episode of the Harmon Warhol Show. And today I have a special guest. She is a photographer. She is a mother. She is just a dope-ass individual. Oh, former radio host. Let's see her radio voice skills. Sophia.
I'm rusty.
Sophia Elle. What's good?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Love it.
I usually throw this.
Don't hit your camera.
That's what I wanted to do. Is hit it and be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So what's poppin' with you? Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is dope. I like the setup and.
This is dope. Here, that's the first time I'm like, here, let's do this right now. Yeah. This is sick. I need to do this more often. I'm engaged right now.
Yeah, it's got the lights. Everything good?
Yeah, so I was really interested on having you on because one of your just genuine interests of just how it came about. I don't even know, like we just came across and you asked a couple questions and then we talked or something.
Yeah.
And I saw your just genuine interest and I was just like, oh, that's like, fuck it, I have to ask. Like, you know
Yeah.
And that's what I usually do, like, with people who like I got to have someone on who's like into it, just the idea, even if you're not the best talker or whatever, if you're just genuinely into being here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Works, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised that I hadn't heard of you before.
Yeah.
I think I said that to you too. I was like, how has it been that long and I haven't heard of you before?
Yeah.
I definitely got into it. I started watching a bunch of shows. I watched Taya, Awkwards, FS Max, Aaron. Aaron's interviews were real
When you
cool.
say those names to me, I'm like, yeah, how haven't you heard of me?
My bad. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's funny too because
My ego got stressed.
You had footage of the Hidden Gem show at 823.
Yeah.
And I was there at the show. I was at the first one, actually. Hidden Gem show.
Because honestly, at first when I saw your page, and I was like, oh, but then when I started going through, and I was like, oh, I came across this page before because I remember seeing some of these pictures and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And some of the people you took pictures of and everything, I've seen it on their page.
Uh-huh.
So I've definitely noticed your work. I just didn't know you, and that's what I'm saying. When I started seeing your face, I'm like, I'm sure I've seen her, bumped into her before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cross paths.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, you know.
Full circle.
Yeah. So what was this about? Like, you used to be a former radio host?
Yeah, well, so me and the homie Cosby Kid, known as That Holy Dope, we started a show on Radio Valencia in San Francisco. We just were kind of into what each other were doing at the time. He invited me to write for his blog at Upper Playground, and we just liked working together. We had a cool connection, and then the idea of a radio show came up to just feature underground hip-hop and, give a platform to the people that are in our circles, and so he was all about it, and so we started the show, and it's called Under Wraps, and we ran it for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened to it?
Life, you know.
Yeah. I always like that answer. Hey man, what took you so long to bring my weed? Life, nigga. I'm like, damn, bro, all right, bro, fuck.
It just covers it all, Short and sweet. But yeah, I mean, I moved away with my husband, Meg Abusive, who was also a co-host on the show. And
is his name a part of the reason why you hooked up with dude? That's a cool name. Yo, who are you with? I'm Meg Abusive. What is it? Meg Abusive. Meg Abusive. Yeah. Who you with? Meg Abusive. That's a cool ass name.
So we were out there in San Francisco, and started a family, and just got hell of expensive to live out there. So we moved out to the East Bay. So we were kind of doing the podcast remotely for a while, but then kids and all that stuff, and then we moved farther away. So now we're out here in the valley, and we're talking about possibly bringing it back on once a month kind of thing, but I don't know, we'll see.
What was I gonna say? Oh, how old are your kids?
6 and 10.
6 and 10?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. That's what's
16 and 18.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? 6, what?
No, I'm just saying they're like 6 going on 16 and 10 going on 20,
They little ass human beings. You almost an adult. You a little ass adult. How's it like, being a mom?
It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's the best gifts ever.
So like with me, like whether, I'm not trying to compare being a mom to like a job or whatever, but like just certain routine things, like doing things to take care of them, has that changed on how like you approach like your artistry or how you like create? Because like with me, like I'll use an example like of like my welding. When you found out, like it changed how like I kind of approach my work ethic to do, you know what I mean? I almost kind of have like a factory line type thing when I create now, because of like I'm so used to like boom, first you do this step, this step. I'm like, does any of that kind of transfer over to like how you
absolutely. Like I have my daily planner, I have my notebook, I have my separate to-do list, I have whatever tasks I got going on my phone, just to keep me in check and to have that routine of like, all right, this is when I'm getting up, this is what I'm doing first thing in the morning before the kids wake up. I like to have some alone time and kind of do a little bit of work before they wake up when the house is quiet. And then do the mom thing, sometimes bring them on shoots with me. My daughter, she'll come on shoots with me sometimes on the weekends, and I got a full-time job too, so it's just like time management is key.
A lot of shit going on.
It's key,
yeah, damn.
But they come first, so whatever it is that we got going on, that's first.
Okay, super mom, I see you.
Not even.
Everyone's a super mom to me, bro. I'm just like, damn, bro. I just got to do this.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, I take a lot of things really seriously, and whatever I do, I put in 100 to everything. So if someone else is not at that level, whoever I'm working with, or other people who are trying to collaborate or just can't, and I'm just like, I'm giving it my all. If you can't meet me halfway, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's like I'm spending time away from my kids right now. It's just like, so this needs to be worth something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you on that. So again, thanks for coming. You got your lights over here. This shit looks cool. From now on, I'm just doing podcasts with photographers. So I got to buy another camera now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm excited for how that looks and everything too. So,
me too.
Yeah. Cool. That's what's up. So what got you into doing like the photography?
I've always been into it. Like, I can remember my first camera that was gifted to me on my 5th birthday.
Oh shit! 5th birthday.
Yeah, I got my first camera when I was 5.
Yeah. What was it?
It was a Barbie, like a pink plastic Barbie 35 millimeter camera.
Oh shit!
And I played with that thing forever, and that was kind of my introduction to it. And then my older cousin, who used to write, once took us to the train yard to show us, like, hey, this is what I did, what I painted, right?
Yeah.
And I took a picture. I remember taking a picture of that, and I was just like, man, that is so tight. And I fell in love with it from then on. And then, growing up, becoming a teenager, I was a badass kid. I fell out of the loop with a lot of that stuff. But then...
Wait, did you say you're a badass kid?
I was bad, like I
What's your definition of bad, bro? Were you out here like that, like, were you kicking over trash cans, or were you like holding kids at fucking knife point? Like, what's bad, man?
It was more like kicking over trash cans and like not going to class in high school, and that I was kind of upset with myself about, because I did actually have a dark room class where I was learning film photography, and then I didn't go, and I ended up redeeming myself. I went back to community college and took a darkroom class then, but I was still messing around a little bit with film, and my first job, actually, I was a server at a diner, and there was this couple who came in every single day. I got to know them pretty well, and we talked about photography and stuff, and I was like, one day, I'm going to get my own camera, and I'm going to be out there, and you'll see, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then for my birthday, they gifted me with a Nikon 35 mil camera.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I owe a lot of that to them because that's what got me back into it. And I was shooting street photography again. I was doing a little bit of portraiture, just like, hanging out with friends and taking pictures of the things we were doing. And
I was looking at your Instagram. I saw, because I was looking back to see, because, I even saw some of that, the radio stuff that you were doing and being in the studio on your Instagram, way in the back, and then seeing your progression in photography and how things are looking and stuff, too. I was like, that's dope. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn that back on.
Yeah. But what do you get out of photography? What is, what is that dopamine rush? You know what I mean? Is it just the overall finished product? Is it the process? What are you pretty much addicted to? What gets your rocks off with film?
Well, shit, man. Just the whole thing. I think the process in general. It's everything from conceptualizing to location scouting to finding the model to the poses to the lighting.
Yeah.
Did I say lighting already? Anyway.
Well, lighting's very important.
Yeah. The whole process. And just having that connection with whoever I'm working with, and then just seeing their appreciation for it after the fact, going through the shoot with them, I'll show them the back of the camera and just seeing the looks on their faces or the noises that they make. So and I'm just like, yeah, man, that's you, and seeing them hype gets me hype and just, feels good all around. But I noticed that if I'm not shooting, I get depressed.
Yeah.
And I've found that it's just my therapy. It doesn't even, I don't have to be working with a model. I can just go out and take a photo of something that I like and just have that release and just be like, okay, I can move on now.
I feel you on that. Me and my friends, we make jokes about ourselves with rapping because we're like, I wish I could quit, bro. I'm over this, bro, but you can't stop, bro. If I stop, I start getting twitchy and shit I need to do a song and everything. It's like, yeah, bro, I couldn't quit if I wanted to.
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah, so it's just funny. I look at that same thing it's like you do after you do it so much and you finally get into it. There's nothing like it.
No,
whatever that thing is. I trip out because there's people who live life like that and don't have that. You know what I mean? They're just out here living and they don't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I trip out about that too all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, for people that have come to me and said something along those lines of they're lost or they don't know what to do and stuff, all we have is time. We have time to experiment. We have time to find ourselves. We have time to work through our shit. It's you just gotta work through it,
Yeah, we only got 15 minutes of time with that camera.
So that's a wrap, everybody.
Bow!
Thank you.
This is what fucking 85 podcast looks like, baby.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, we gotta wait another 15 minutes for that shit. So what kind of camera are you shooting with now? Speaking of that camera. Ooh, segue, nigga!
That was smooth. Right now, I got the 5D Mark II, which I got from my homie Bert, who was selling it. That's actually how I've gotten all of my cameras. I don't know that I ever bought a camera brand new.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the 5D Mark II right now.
That's what I noticed that's so crazy with people because this podcast is definitely that same feeling when you're showing someone. I'm like, yeah, after a podcast brought you back, and they're like, oh, it was so fun and everything. So it's the same thing with that. I forgot. I was bragging now. Fucked up. God damn it.
Hot dogging.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking watching my shots, fucking taking pictures and shit. Oh man, but the same thing with this podcast. What were we talking about the camera? Oh, that's what it's just to inspire people to do. Because like I was saying, like you don't have your thing, and I think some people actually have a thing and they just never pursue it. And I literally tell people all the time, like keep doing it because you're gonna fall into some of the equipment, you're gonna fall into some of the knowledge. You know what I mean? Because when people like me or you or whatever, or like people you've met before, you know what I mean? When we see someone doing it and have a genuine interest, you know, like the same thing I asked you to come here on the podcast. It was just like, oh, let me say what's up and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you get help. Like, you know, people will buy me a light or a tripod or like, hey man, I don't have it. I don't need this anymore. You want to buy it for cheap because you're the homie or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, if you actually put yourself out there to the universe, if that's the person you are, people kind of look out for you. Your name's associated with it. They think of you when those things kind of pop up or opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and just with any hobby or any kind of craft that someone's working on, like if that's you and that's what you really want, like you're gonna do everything that you can to keep working at it. And if you find yourself in a slump, you know, you just gotta find those blocks of like what's holding you back mentally, physically. Is it the gear? Okay, that's my problem, and let's put it out there. Let's network with people who are into that kind of thing or can help me out or mentor or whatever. And so like there's always a way.
Yeah, that's what because like I mean here soon I'm gonna have a new interface, it just grows, like, you know, from doing this shit from one of my homies' laptops, you know, like that was kind of busted up so the fan would, you know, hit the laptop would hit, and we just got regular headphones to like now different stuff. Oh, and so talking about into that, so like, you know, going into photography, going into like because some people are different, because like my homie Matt, he was already kind of into technology because of video games and stuff. What I've noticed, the more I delved, especially into podcasts now, because like now I kind of always wanted to be like a director, kind of music video dude, but now with podcasts it kind of forced me into like learning things about computers and things like that, because you're transferring, you know, like, you know, now you're kind of learning more. So like, what about technology, like photography? Has it opened up, or were you already kind of into that and knew about it, or what was your journey with that?
Yeah. I was, like, with the radio stuff, that was totally new to me because that was audio. And I never really dealt with audio too much. There was working with, like, just the podcast software with Audacity and figuring that out. But me, honestly, I hate technology. I hate having to learn new software because, like, it's just overwhelming to me, you know, and I just want to do what I do. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's super distracting. So I just take a look at it and think, like, is this genuinely going to help me? If so, then all right, I'll work through it. If not, then, you know, save it for some other time
when you can, you know, because if it's not going to really progress your art or your content that much more right now, unless you got time to, same thing you're talking about before, you know, if I can't really, and not even like financially or monetize it, it's just how much can I grow or benefit from this at this time? Because it's all time. People don't understand that, like, even with me on just little things I've done and little tricks I've learned, it's just like, bro, like I had to watch a tutorial and keep pausing it, restart it, go, you know, like I'm like, people don't understand, like that's what I did to learn that or do that, or even learn how to like transfer files faster, just because you're like, I don't time.
But I learned a lot of Photoshop and InDesign and Illustrator through a graphic designer. At the time, I was working in San Francisco and at Record Pressing. It's a vinyl record manufacturer, and I was a marketing intern there, and then the graphic designer was leaving, and I was just like, oh yeah, I can do that, when I didn't know shit. Like I didn't know anything, but I talked my way into it. They're like, okay, yeah, he'll train you. And he like really did an amazing job in training me and showing me like all the shortcuts, like this is what this does. And because I already had like an interest in graphic design and stuff, but he like really gave me the resources to, you know, take it from there. And so so then I ended up being the graphic designer for that spot for a while, working pre-press and working on artwork for the records and stuff like that. So
that's what's up. That's dope as fuck. So do you still use those same programs right now with your Adobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Adobe. You just pay the subscription and everything.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate paying that subscription.
I love it. I'd rather do that, and then it has a thing that's updating. I mean, I know there's a lot of updates, but they have a Creative Cloud. There's hella programs to use because I use more videos. So like, you know, I mean, some of the like now that I've been doing these tutorials, like I have done like one video I've done. Like I'm like, oh shit, I could do like if I really can come up with some cool ideas. Like I said, get a better lens. I'm like, I could probably do some of these little cool effects and shit. And like, it's kind of worth my bang for my buck if I use it. I feel like.
Yeah. For you, yeah. For me,
You say I need Photoshop.
I just need Photoshop and InDesign. And
InDesign's cool. People don't know about the InDesign shit. I'm like, that's actually really cool to use.
I love using it. For like book layouts and for anything visual. Really, I really like to use. Yeah,
I relate to you in that way because just for summer school, I did a graphic design class because for my major in college, that you had to take one of them because I went more into like advertising words and stuff like that and go into because I was just like the thing is I look back I probably should have done that because that was probably more now what I'm into and stuff, but back then I was just like that's where I felt like the money was for that time or whatever, and I wanted to learn about like, you know, the thought and the mind of it. Graphic design, you could just tell all the classes were just like, yo, and all these kids were like artists and stuff, like the reason they did it because they were just trying to get their art into, you know, this new platform coming out, you know what I'm saying? Where me, I'm like, I ain't got no artist. I'm like, and then I'm like seeing like how long it takes to like cut things out and put stuff together. I'm like, yeah, bro, like I'm glad I know how much I need to pay someone now.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to sit at this computer for 3 hours for a flyer, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just not me. And like those other guys who are doing those flyers for 3 hours, it makes sense because they're doing a cool art piece. Yeah. I'm just gonna have a nice layout. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
An image, some text.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
You know. Yeah. So I look at it like that. So it's just like with my time, but. I feel you on that because I'm very familiar. That's why I was like, that's why I'm not really shocked with people when they do stuff because I don't want to discredit them. Like, hey, kudos to you, props. But at the same time, I know what it takes. So sometimes when people, I'm like, your computer kind of does a lot of this shit for you. You just got to know the formula. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I really look at more people's consistency, their growth. You know, trying to do different. Like I see you now too with like the things you did in the past. Like, but now you're kind of doing this like studio type looking thing with the lights and everything, and like almost having like these little sets. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling that.
Yeah, that well, I appreciate you noticing. But a lot of that comes from experimenting with so many other things. You know, like I'm a creative. I love making things, and sometimes it overwhelms me because I can do anything really, you know. There's the photography, there's the graphic design, there's I even got into like refurbishing chairs and shit. Like through quarantine last year, I started learning how to do that, and I thought I was cool. I thought I was gonna start a refurbishing side business and all that, but it takes a lot of time, you know, and now I understand why furniture is as expensive as it is because there's a lot of shit that goes into each piece. But you know, I ended up taking that and using it towards like my photo props and what I bring on set if I want to bring one, or if I have an idea for it. And so, you know, just little things like that, little things that I've experimented with in the past has allowed me to do these bigger, better things in photography.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, I can turn that back on.
From this
I know, you made me nervous because I saw you looking over there, and I was like, are you okay?
I'm like, I can't see. I'm blind.
Like, don't tell me we've been talking for 20 minutes.
I'm like, what is it, near side? And I can't see far, so I can only see shit close, like, far away. I'm like, yo, it's kind of blurry, my nigga. I weld and zap my shit in the eyes. I'm probably going to die soon. So anyway. So now that we can start these cameras early, we got time. Let's do this real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the pressure on and see where it goes. And this part of the broadcast is brought to you by The Rock's new tequila Terramana. Yeah, so whoever gets the first 3 cards. The object of the game is to get the first 3 cards. And you got to answer them right. These are just weird little questions and everything. And this maybe we'll get to... Even though, because like the other games, they were more dirty and sexual, they're probably able to learn more about the person because you kind of get your own answer. This is multiple choice, but maybe your decision will show a little bit about you too. So I'm gonna ask you some other fast kind of paced questions that are more personal after this.
Okay.
And I just want to see how much the Rock's tequila, how good it tastes. It's $30 tequila. Here we go. All right. Oh my God. Here we go. The sexual act of bending your knees and placing them on your partner's shoulders with a pillow under your hips while they perform oral on you is commonly referred to as a sleeping booty, snap, crackle, pop, a David Copperfield, Colgate Total.
Ooh.
You want me to do it again?
What was the first one? Yeah.
Sleeping booty, snap, crackle, pop, David Copperfield, Colgate Total.
All right.
And the sexual act of bending your knees and placing them on your partner's shoulders with a pillow under your hips while they perform oral on you is commonly referred to as a...
I'm gonna go with sleeping booty.
That's a good answer, but it is the wrong answer. It is David Copperfield.
Okay.
All right, well, no one gets that one. Or should I just, time, I get to win it? Or
wait, what? What
no,
do you?
Yeah, okay, yeah. See, like she's like, I want to do this shot. I love The Rock, but all right, you got to pick one for that. Yeah, you shoot to me. Let's see. I'm trying to lose for you, but if I win because I just know silly shit.
Oh my God. Okay. How many animals are killed annually to stuff your face? A, 1.5 billion, B, 8 million, C, 72 billion, or D, 23 billion?
I'm going to go with D, 23 billion.
Nah.
What is it?
72 billion.
Oh,
C.
damn.
Yeah.
I thought there's because there's a lot of vegans and shit. See, look, if I lost, look, you won that card.
All right.
And then you see it could be 1-1 right now.
Okay.
And then time goes, we don't got to do this forever. You know what I mean? I think we could lose a lot of questions. We never go. So you know what I mean? Here we go. Ooh, again, you're going with the sexual questions.
Dude, why? My poor children.
Yeah. We could go a different one. Let's go a different one. Let's go. Yeah, it talks about penetration and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, no.
But it's about insects, and I'm like, I'm over it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Studies at the University of Kent have shown that the majority of people donate to charity by accident because they feel pressured in the moment, just to feel good about themselves or just to brag.
I'm going to go with pressured. Feeling pressured.
No.
No?
No.
Damn.
It's just to feel good about themselves. I thought that was easy. So it's 2-1.
I don't know, because I feel like I get pressured all the time. You know, like I'm at the store and whoever's checking me out is like, would you like to donate $1 to so-and-so? I'm like, damn, really?
It's a good game. I'm learning a lot about you right now. Go ahead, pick it up. 2-1.
I feel like every time I'm at the store or something, you know?
It's 2-1.
Anyway.
It's 2-1. Hey, so this is, if I get this right, I win. You gotta take the shot, so you gotta hope I lose.
Okay.
I'll try to lose. I know you don't want to take it, but like...
Ever wonder what people used before the invention of cups and bowls? Here's the disgusting answer. A, dried animal skins. B, horse hooves. C, dishware made from dried out feces. Or D, hollowed out human skulls. Oh, shit.
Honestly, I guarantee it's probably one of the last two answers. Because, like, the thing is, there was actually bowls made out of feces. And I remember doing that, had history class.
You remember making dishware from feces?
Yeah, but I don't think that was the most popular of firsts. Human skulls, but that wasn't like, we got, you know what I mean? That probably could have just happened. What was the answers again?
Dried animal skins, horse hooves, dishware.
I'm going to go horse hoof.
It was hollowed out human skulls.
Okay, so it's 2-2. Here we go. So now the pressure's on you now. If you win this, I get to take the shot.
Okay.
All right, so here it goes. Need to visit the emergency room? Just don't go on this day because you're least likely to survive. Oh, this is a good one, right here.
I think I know this one, actually.
Monday, Thursday, Saturday, or Friday. Need to visit the emergency room? Just don't go on this day because you're least likely to survive. A, Monday. B, Thursday. C, Saturday. D, Friday. Sophia, what is your answer?
Oh my God, can you see the sweat?
Would you like to phone a friend?
Actually, no.
If you could. What is what's your dude's name? Mega Abuse. Can you please give me what is it?
Damn. It's either gotta be Monday or Friday. One, because Mondays are the worst, and then Fridays, it's like, I feel like Fridays are busiest times for everybody.
All right, again, I need to visit the emergency. You said, so wait, what did you say?
So either Monday or Friday.
You say Mondays because they're
Mondays just suck. Nobody likes Mondays.
But you like that's the beginning of like the week. You know
sure, but like, what if everyone's in a badass mood because it's Monday and they don't care about you, and then you don't survive?
Then you're not thinking like you're not like thinking like the weekend maybe. Like,
well, that's why I said Friday, maybe Friday night.
Yeah.
So I'll say.
But like I was saying, like maybe like on the weekend, like niggas ain't there. Like people take a lot of hours off. You know.
Friday, final answer.
Man, you lost. I'm trying to help you, but you lost, Sophia. I won. It was Saturday.
Damn.
It was Saturday. I was trying to help you. So you want to go? We can go for 5, or you can just take this.
I'll just take it.
You'll take
I'll
it.
Take it.
Where'd it go? All right, yeah. I'm fat, man. I'm getting fat, dog. I think I definitely have body dysmorphia.
That is where, what, you don't see yourself the way that you are?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anyone really sees themselves.
Yeah, I'll give you a little one. We'll do a little one.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to... I was trying to fucking lose. You didn't want to believe me. No, it's Friday, nigga. I was like, damn.
Oh, man. I'm going to be crying by the end of this episode.
Man. Boop. Hey. Bong, bong. Hey, don't tell nobody.
It's actually pretty smooth.
Hey, don't tell nobody. Oh, Rock. Okay, Rock. Hey, he's not a liar. I'll tell you that. He is not a fucking liar. Man, tequila. You like my shelf?
I do. I was admiring it earlier.
Really?
Yeah. We
proud.
like to collect our little pop figures, and
I almost bought a new one just when I was getting this game because I went to Target.
they're everywhere now.
Yeah, but I only like getting weird, specific ones. Like, you know what I mean? Like
The Pink Ranger.
yeah, but like you're like, oh, you got MJ? I got Zendaya, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I know. I saw that too, and I was like, oh, Michael Jackson. No.
Michael Jackson. And I get Mary Jane. I got Zendaya, homie. And she got a fucking spiked fucking ball, the fucking a mace. Bro, that game was tight, bro. I'm doing that shit for now. I feel like Jimmy Fallon in this bitch.
It may be cool for you because you won, but
I mean, sorry to be a genius. You know what I mean? So, speaking of things, I just think about, like, so this is my muse room. You know what I mean? These are things and people that inspire me or just motivate me artistically, get my rocks off. And so I also look at, like, you know, people are muses and things like that inspire you. So, like, I mean, I usually ask people, you could just say, like, musical figures, but, like, who are people or things that, like, inspire you to keep doing, like, photography or get better? Like, maybe there's another photographer you know, aspire to be, or maybe there's just things, or, you know, inside your mind that you're trying to, you know, fulfill.
for sure. Photographers, I grew up a huge fan of Ricky Powell, who shot, Beastie Boys, did a lot of street photography, like his few of his popular prints are Cindy Crawford, Andy Warhol, and Michael Basquiat, and so Ricky Powell for sure. Jonathan Mannion, he was kind of the next generation hip hop photographer. So he shot like a ton of Jay-Z. He shot. Now I'm blanking here. He's shot like pretty much everybody. And he did the DMX cover with him in the blood. That was Jonathan Mannion. Okay. He shot Aaliyah, like you name it. He shot them. He did Outkast, Stankonia, the one with the big American flag behind them.
Yeah, so it seems like music is an influence on you too as well. I mean, especially with the radio hosting stuff. So like, what are some of your favorite artists?
There's just so many, hip hop has always been a huge influence on me in my life growing up.
I mean, you got this guy. Who's that?
This is my husband, Meg Abusive. Yeah,
Meg Abusive. Okay, yeah, he's over here, going to town.
On 2 mics. Yep. And I shot that too.
That's what's up. That's dope as fuck. I thought so too. It's a really cool. I like that shit.
Thank you.
It's hip hop as fuck.
Thank you. But yeah, I actually got the idea from Ricky Powell and his shirts, because he does collabs with skate brands. He's collabed with Guess and stuff, and so like they'll feature some of his prints on the shirts. And anyway,
it fucking runs deep with you. You got all this different little stuff. That's what's up.
So yeah, music, a lot of music. I mean, growing up, it was everyone from like Rodney O and Joe Cooley to Wu-Tang to Company Flow to Black Moon to Freestyle Fellowship to like...
Goddamn.
Just heavy into it.
If you were able to make a concert, what would you want? Like, who would be like a festival?
Oh, no. I can't do that. There's too many.
Mine should be changing all the time.
Yeah. It changes all the time. But okay. So,
who's in your festival?
Damn, just because I had a dream about them the other night. Sophia would be on that bill. Mm-hmm. Who else? Eric B and Rakim, because I've actually never seen them live, and it would be just like dream come true.
I don't know if I saw Eric B, but I definitely saw Rakim.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I went to Rock the Bells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 times.
Nice. Yeah. I've never been to Rock the Bells, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So sad.
Fucking saw, but Busta Rhymes is probably one of the best fucking rappers. Like, crazy.
Oh yeah, I like Busta Rhymes too. I listened to him growing up. I mean, Wu-Tang, gotta have Wu-Tang.
I saw them like 3 times, yeah.
I actually, here's a story. At South by Southwest, I went.
That's in Texas, right?
Yeah. I went in 2011, and I was there with my girl, Monique. It was actually like a business trip. Mm. But we were there, and I don't even remember how we got there. Oh, no, we were walking down the street. And these dudes, they were just hella drunk, and they were on their way home, I guess, or just something else. And they're like, hey, we got these passes to the show. Wu-Tang's there. You want them? Yeah. And we're like, fuck what yeah, we do. Yeah. So we get in there.
I'll stab you in the face right now if you get
Yes, give me those right now. Yeah. So they just gave us these passes. We go into the show. Then my girl Monique's like, you trying to get backstage? And I was like, what? And then she goes, hold on, just come with me, right? So we make our way to the backstage where security's at. Well, first she gets some Red Bulls and some water. And then at the bar, yeah, it's important because we get backstage to the security guard, and she's like, "Hey, we're with so and so. We're just bringing these waters in for them." He's like, "Okay." Doesn't even like check our badges.
Your girl's with hydration. Why would he turn you down?
He did not check us at all for anything. He was just like, "Yeah, go on right ahead." So we're backstage, and Erykah Badu is performing at the time, so she's on stage. And Wu's in the back, and they were up next, and I'm just standing there just like fucking starstruck, right? I'm just like, what am I even doing here? I'm like, oh my god, Monique, I fucking love you. And then all of a sudden they walk out of their room, and they're just walking by, and I'm just watching them. I was like, what the fuck, where am I right now, you know? And that was it. I didn't say anything.
Shaolin.
I didn't say anything. I didn't try to. No, I couldn't. I was fucking frozen, just staring at them walking by me, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's tight."
Yeah, I always tripped out because I always was thinking that was like the rap gods, and like at Rock the Bells, Raekwon came out and he was drunk as fuck, and we're in the Bay, and he goes, "What's up, LA?" And then everybody's like, "Boo!" And then he tried to rap his verse and like no one could hear him and like fucking somebody who had to come out here. It was like fucking RZA or Meth or somebody like, "Hey man, Raekwon didn't have to be out here tonight. Alright man, he fucked up. Alright man, like calm down, bro." But anytime he stepped up, everybody like, "Get the fuck off stage, Raekwon. This is the Bay. Niggas ain't LA." Because that shit, and I was just so shocked. I was like, "Nigga, you gotta be on P's and Q's." Because I thought like I didn't boo him because I'm like, that's Raekwon. That's my first time seeing Raekwon.
Right.
But I'm like realizing like, bro,
people mess up.
Yeah, but people don't give a fuck. So I was dying because he was drunk. You could see on stage he was fucked. But the thing is, it wasn't like he was the last show of the night where it's like 7 o'clock at night. It's like 3 in the afternoon, my nigga, and you're just like fucked up. You know what I mean? So that's what made it like funny because he was just like, "What's up, LA?" And everybody just saw like Busta Rhymes. Well, Busta Rhymes probably came out later, but definitely Method Man came out before with fucking Redman. And fucking Method Man and Redman, where Method Man stood on. This is the first time I've seen it. Stood on top of the crowd, walked out.
Damn.
Not fucking Stones dived. That makes more sense. You're carrying a body.
Yeah.
People literally carried his feet.
Damn.
His feet. And he stood out there on top, rapped the rest of his verse, and then walked back in time for the chorus.
Damn.
like what do you? That's a rap god.
I would kill to be one of those people who's holding.
Yeah, that's why it happened. Like, I couldn't imagine something. How many people were gonna do that? Like, you know what I mean?
Only he could do that.
You know how many false attempt stage dives I see? I know you have if you've been around. Like the funniest one, because I get hyped at these little shows. I'll get hyped, right? So like people will be like, "Oh, a mosh pit or some shit," right? And then people will kind of get into it. Then you'll see they'll have like sometimes at these shows there'll be like a dude who's like their hype man. You know, you see like some of these shows, rap shows, like the guys on the stage who has nothing to do with the song has a rap.
Yeah.
He's just one of their homies. He might have a mask on or he's just dancing the song, hyping it up, right? The one time they had that shit, he saw us like kind of mosh pitting a little bit, like bumping, like kind of getting into it, and he like pointed me out pretty much, and he like looked, put his mask on, and then like jumped and like elbow out like this, like that, and I just straight moved because I saw everybody straight, because I was gonna try to catch him, and then I saw everybody else move. I'm like, oh, not just me. From last second, he just moved all just on himself, all himself just bodied on this shit.
Poor
boom.
Guy.
Everybody just like this. 1 second pauses where everybody's like this. He just gets up. Hey! It's like, nigga, we know. He killed the whole. Everybody just kind of walked away from the crowd. Like, bro, this was. That was the funny. He was a white boy too. There were like these black dudes on stage, and white boy fucking jumped. Boom! Fucking. Oh my god.
That's what you get.
I think one of the white dudes said nigga on stage too.
Damn.
I was in Indiana though, so it was cool. So anyway, so which one are your favorite Erykah Badu songs?
Sometimes.
What's Sometimes? I don't know that one right now.
I'm not gonna sing it. I'll spare you. But it's like It's like sometimes I love you, sometimes I don't, sometimes this, sometimes that.
I don't know that one. That's crazy. I don't know that.
It's what is it? Baduism?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I think it's like the last track on that one.
One of my favorite is Put Your Phone Down. I like, but one of my eyes are green.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I eat a lot of vegetables. Oh, that shit is hard.
Yeah.
That shit is hard as fuck. Are you a big Michael Jackson fan? Is it a tough subject?
Yes, it is.
I don't know. most people are like, nah, nigga, I love Michael Jackson. Like, man, that's really easy for you to say. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on some of these songs. But
there's definitely classics and stuff, but you can't help but think about all that other shit, especially lately after that documentary that I watched it. And then ever since then, I just can't get any of that out of my head.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Well, it's a lot. It's easier to listen to Michael Jackson than R. Kelly.
Well, yeah.
I had an R. Kelly vinyl, and I had to throw it away because on the vinyl it's TP2, so he's in a white fur and a white skull cap, and he's just looking in it and shit. And I'm like, you can't have even if I tried to hide you, I couldn't because you'd be like hearing from the vibrations and the thing. But it's like it's just so funny because on the topic of black people, because like man, there's some black people who's just like I don't give a fuck, nigga, like because like that was that's like you know what I mean. That's like that music described their whole like 20 years of their life. So
yeah, like, and they're like, you gotta separate the dude from the music.
Yeah, like, bro, it's hard, bro. No. It's like I go. The thing is, know why? It wasn't like fucking Michael Jackson was singing all these crazy sexual songs.
Right.
It's like every song's about sex. So I'm like, how am I not thinking this song is not about talking about sex and the wrong people?
And he's telling you essentially like, yo, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, no.
There's this one song where he's making animal sounds like, ooh, 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 ah, ah, ah. I'm like, I don't know, man. It sounds tight, but I don't know, man. It's hard.
I can't.
Yeah, I had to throw it away, man. It was a good TP2. I'm not gonna lie, TP2 is his best album, but Chocolate Factory second. But Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's so hard though. I always talking with people like that. People, what they do outside the music really hurts it for me sometimes. Like it can either help it a lot or hurt it a lot.
Well, yeah, I think about it as though, like, well, what if it was someone I knew, who did some shit?
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that. You know what definitely. I mean? So why would I hold someone else, a total stranger that I don't know, in a higher regard than that? Like once you fuck up, you fuck up. I'm sorry. Like something like that is just stepping the line. You just move on.
Yeah, with Michael Jackson, to me, it's like, I don't know if he did it or not, but I'm like, you didn't help your case, bro.
No, not at all.
So I'm like, if it's more believable that you did that, I'm like, but I wanna rock with you. Can it be I stayed away too long? That shit is, bro, what?
Yeah.
Baby Michael, I'll give this Jackson
Baby Michael, I'll give him that. I'll fuck with Baby Michael.
What did Jackson 5 Michael? Afro. And we'll even give him On the Wall. Living on.
Yes.
We'll give him that.
Yes.
Anything after that, fuck it. Fuck Michael. No,
yeah, blame it on the boogie,
Blame it on the boogie? Yeah, that song's hard. Yeah, when he still had the nose.
Yes.
Yeah, when he still had my nose. That's what other questions I'll be asking? So you from San Jose, right? And then you reside in
born and raised.
So how you like Northern California, this area and stuff? Does it define you as a person?
Not at all.
No.
Nah. Yes, born and raised in San Jose. It was cool, but something about San Jose is that it like really sucks you in. You know, like. So I got out of there when I was like 19. I went straight to San Francisco, and I went and stayed with my cousin who was out there at the time, and who like took me under his wing. Same cousin who took us out when I was little to the train yard to show us his paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
So I always looked up to him, and so I was out there for a while, and then after starting a family and stuff, we went out to the East Bay. We were in San Leandro for 3 years or something, okay. And then went to Manteca.
All right.
And then now Modesto.
Okay. Yeah, I work out in San Leandro. Commute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with that area.
Oh yeah, that's the worst, man. When we first moved out to Manteca, I was still working in San Leandro, and that fucking commute, I cried every day.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand it.
It makes me feel stronger.
I can't stand it. Oh my god.
Stronger. I gotta get through that shit. I'm a motherfucker.
Yeah. So, all around, but I don't know. I mean, it's cool because the art community out here is so much different than the Bay. Like in the Bay, I think it's you just have way too much going on, so a lot of people take things for granted, and the support isn't really there. Whereas out here, especially in Stockton, like the community is so tight knit and so supportive of one another. It like I get hit up by, you know, random people telling me like, oh, I see you did this, that's tight, like keep it up, keep going. And like I don't even know this person, but it's just there's just not a whole lot of that kind of thing, I guess, going on in Stockton. So like with
keep going.
With AIDS 23, you know, holding these shows and stuff, like there's just not a lot of that happening out here in Stockton. So whenever something like that does happen, it's just there's a lot of love for it, a lot of support, you know, which is amazing.
Yeah. So what are we like? What are we to look forward to from you, from Sophia? And you're like, I mean, I know you want to get a studio, but like, what's something like in the near future, like what's coming out, or what you've been working on, or maybe ideas you're trying to, maybe you could tell people on this podcast so you can try to get them done.
Well, yeah, if anyone wants to share a studio space or have a space where I can set up my little stuff.
To have a controlled setting.
Yeah. To have a controlled setting, whether it's shared or it's my own, you know, that would be tight. Other than that, you know, I really don't know. I'm just, every day, it's just trying to build, trying to grow, trying new things, seeing what sticks. And I don't know, I think I might be onto something with some of this editorial and fashion stuff, you know.
Okay, you definitely put a good look and everything together, like I said, with the setting and the person and everything go together well.
Thanks. So yeah, I'm shooting a fashion show in Sacramento next weekend.
Okay.
I got a bunch of little projects going on here and there. I'm trying to think of what else might be coming up soon. Yeah, might be looking into LA Fashion Week in the summer, and we'll see.
Stay tuned, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Shit, I don't even know.
yeah. No, that's what's up. Yeah, no, and I look forward to seeing like more and like maybe even working with you someday. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'll try to come up with an idea. Like, yo, I want like Star Wars and like Game of Thrones.
I got you. I got lightsabers.
But like dolphins everywhere.
Hey,
no?
We can do that. I can see it right now already. Yep.
Yeah.
You can be like riding a dolphin with a lightsaber in your hand, you know, and just.
And I got Khaleesi on my back. No, yeah, all right, that's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anybody wants to collab, I'm down and stuff. But my goal for the next year is to make that my full time.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, because it's one thing to you're in a certain type of people when you get to find a passion, then you get to work on it, and then you're on another set of level person when your passion's able to, you know, I mean, provide for you and yours. You know,
yeah.
So that's definitely always the goal. Anything else you want to leave with everybody? This is a good podcast.
Hey, yeah.
Went like 40 minutes at least.
Oh, right on.
Did you think that?
No. No, I just I wasn't even thinking about time. Except for every time that camera would turn off, I'm like, okay, then that's 15 minutes. But no, just stay tuned. Follow me if you want to. At _Elmatic, ELLEMATIC _. And that's it.
Nice.